Hello, everybody. Okay, so my air conditioner should be quieter than it was before. So, and also the video should be able to, not lag because I have it hooked up through USB now, which is a more stable connection. So let's go without further ado. Oh, and one more thing. So this here is my the power versus force thing, David Hawkins, consciousness levels, actual experience, blah blah blah. So I'm just gonna leave it there so that if you guys want to find this, just type in levels of vibration in Google or whatever, and it should pop up and you can download it. You can put it on your phone. You guys can print this, put it on your wall, whatever. Have it as a desktop wallpaper. But anyway, without further ado, let's go.
Is geared toward helping and optimizing relationships.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Coach Natalie.
There
Welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is geared toward helping and optimizing relationships. I really hope you are enjoying what you're seeing here. If you find that there's a topic you don't have access to or you'd like for me to touch base on, please feel free to let me know. Leave a comment in the section below so that I can make a video for you.
So one thing that I have heard is these guys actually push the idea of a clean slate letter, which is bullshit in my opinion. In my opinion, doing that doesn't actually help you in any kind of way, especially if somebody's already broken up with you. They've already been thinking about breaking up with you for quite some time. So sending a letter, it's just invading their space. Now, again, it's the consistent contact that's really going to push them away. But if somebody's like, look, I need space, sending a letter is not going to do anything. People don't really listen to you or come back around. From what I've seen, I'm just telling you what I've observed, okay? When you send them a letter, okay? When sending them a letter, they know you love them. They know you want to be with them, especially when they broke up with you. They know that shit already. So there's no point in sending that. So I already know people are going to probably be like, oh, this is what they preach. I don't agree with sending clean slate letters. I don't think it's smart. I don't think it does anything. It's not effective. Just going no contact and actually working on yourself is the most effective method, in my opinion. But again, this is my observations after doing this for a few years. So,
the topic I really wanted to speak about today is what happens when your ex texts during no contact. So let's say you've seen another video or you've read online or you just instinctively knew to disconnect from your partner after a breakup because you wanted to rebuild the relationship later on. That's the beauty of no contact, right? It gives you the chance to let your ex miss you. It gives you a chance for you to miss your ex. I mean, there's a countless reasons as to why it's so important, and we have a bunch of videos on this site geared toward just that. I hope you take some time to review them later. But let's say you're in it already, however you got there, and your ex reaches out to you. What are you gonna do? It is the most frequently asked question because we don't know what to do. We're like, well, we're in no contact. We were told under no circumstances should we reach out, but my ex just did. I kind of want to respond. What do I do? Ultimately, it's instinct. And I know that you're watching the video hoping I had some remedy sort of answer. It's not like that. It's really, what is the message and how can you handle it, right?
So again, my coaching program is actually done over a period of time. So what I've seen happen is sometimes it really does depend on the message. That's why general advice, okay, like never, like ignore them, doesn't make any sense, right? So again, it really, really depends. And because I have seen situations where I was like, you definitely should not respond to that. You definitely should respond to that. And, I've seen both. And look, it really does depend. There's no answer that any of us can really give you. That's a blanket thing. But what I will say is a lot of the times they will text you because of dumb reasons. And sometimes it's legitimate reasons. So some of the dumb reasons are just attention and validation seeking shit. Like, hey, I miss you. How's it going? Right? And guys will usually jump at the fucking, opportunity to message back right away. And sometimes it's like, hey, I left this envelope at your house and it had some important shit in it. And guys would be like, should I answer this? I'm like, yes. So it really does depend, right? When it's messages that are not like attention and validation seeking bullshit, I would stick to answering it extremely late, but not going into a long drawn out conversation. That's what I would do. That's what I did do before. Now, I never really took my exes back because I ended up just dating new people, but there's a point in time where I would have. And when I got texts from them, they were always dumb. They were always annoying. And it seemed like they were trying to get some sort of reaction out of me. So Yeah.
Sir, it's not like that. It's really, what is the message and how can you handle it, right? So let's say the message is a question. Is the question fundamental to your ex? Not,
There you go.
oh, hey, did you see that movie? You don't respond to that one. That's a no necessary. That's a we're in no contact, we're not engaging. But if it's something like, maybe there's something specific that they need access to that you only have the answer to. Hey, I can't find my ex. Do you know where it is? If you were living together, for instance.
Exactly.
Ultimately, it's instinct. It will depend. It's going to depend on how the sense of urgency. Is this critical to the well-being and livelihood of your ex-partner? That's something that you respond to. But if it's a, hey, how's your Saturday? No, we don't respond to that one. And if you must respond, here's another tip for you. Close-ended questions. So closed-ended questions are only questions that can be answered with a yes or a no. Don't leave room to elongate the conversation, right? Reply first and foremost with a statement, right? Say something that they can't respond to. Cut it off. Say, oh, here it is. I'm really busy. Gotta run. Take care. Boom. Flatline. End scene. That's going to be critical because it stops you guys from having to engage. If you must ask the question, it has to be closed-ended. Nothing with a, oh, well, this is what I feel about that, because it generates a lengthier conversation than necessary, which is what we're trying to avoid.
Which also will get you to get act out of pocket. This is why I don't agree with the whole being friends with your ex that people push online, because you don't know, and you like, a lot of guys don't have the emotional control that it takes to become friends with your ex, right? Guys will freak out. They'll say things they don't mean to say, and they'll start bringing up, oh my God, like, how could you do this to me? We've been together for 7 years and you don't want to work on it? What the fuck? And they'll it's the emotions that cause guys to act out of pocket. And since guys don't know what to do, right? They're acting off of their already like blue pill programming or whatever. They're gonna default back to whatever they're programmed to do. So, and we're all, we were all programmed through the bullshit Disney movies and the fucking shit that's pushed out in Hollywood and the music, right? Music, TV shows, media, shitty media. And since you have to reverse and re-download new information, download new information and reverse what you're thinking to understand what to do properly, and then you can understand the right dynamics, right? I'm not saying you ever should really be friends with your ex, but you'll understand what to do better when you download the new info. So that's in the books, right? Everyone's like, oh, I got to read books. Yes, you do. Books go extremely deep into detail on what you need to do.
We need our ex to know that we are doing just fine, that we are busy, that we are living, that we're happy. You don't have to be a jerk to your ex. Don't say something mean or spiteful, because it shows you still really give a damn. And that's what we're trying to illustrate right now. We need our exes to know that we can live without them. And that's what's attracting them back to us, is our confidence, our ability to persevere and keep going. That's sexy. If you continue enabling the conversation, oh, yay, he reached out, let's talk for half an hour, you're not helping yourself. You are doing a grave disservice. Trust me. I really hope you got something out of this video. I know it's short. If there's anything about this topic you want me to expand on, feel free to let me know. But it happens. Your ex may write you. They may want to engage. They may be wondering where you are. They may be demanding of your time. Use your gut. Use your instinct. You know when to answer. A lot of people call me as clients and they're like, hey, my ex just said, hey, what do I do? You do nothing. Don't engage. Don't involve. Don't look for an excuse to write back, because we play with our minds, because we in our hearts may want to write back. So we're like, oh, well, maybe that pen they're looking for, it's really important I help them find it. You know that they don't need the pen. You know that you are fine. You know that they're fine. If their health or safety or security is in jeopardy, of course, you have to respond. You love them. Even regardless of whether you dated them or not, you should respond, because that's imperative. But if it's something that you can avoid it. Save yourself. It makes no contact so much more impactful.
That's all that needs to be said. It's a good video. So what I do, I'm gonna react to coaches as long as the video itself is saying good information in my opinion. Then I'm gonna say something and react to it, right? But I have heard that they push the whole clean slate letter shit. Now, again, I would focus just on working on yourselves, guys. And the reason I put this up here on the right is to understand where you gotta go. So on the right here, on the bottom, there's despair, hopelessness, just surviving. This is where most of you guys are hanging out, is down here. And this is where you end up when you start getting over things. You're like, right? So you can see which emotions are going to be manifested in you. So this, like, usually guys get to an angry phase, and you're going to bounce between all these, but this is where things and real movement can begin. Desire is one, but it's kind of like, I need this to survive. That's the kind of mentality behind it. But anger is really where you guys want to, I don't say you want to be there. Don't stay here, but you can use this. You can use anger to actually motivate you to go to the gym, to push to that next level, get off your ass. Cause all of these down here can kind of keep you still and stagnant. Like when you're apathetic, it's hard for you to get up off the couch. You just want to watch movies all day and feel like shit, right? Fear can keep you there too. And see how a lot of these are kind of tied together, just like lethargic, right? So when you jump up into anger, look at the things associated with it. Hyperactivity, competition, hustle, determination. See, and that's where I want you guys to understand this is kind of where you guys got to go. That's why I say smash the fucking gym. You do not miss a day. If you're going through a breakup right now, every day you need to be in the gym and walking. I don't give a shit what you're doing. If you're working 2 jobs, get in the gym for at least an hour. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Just get that, because it's going to help get you out of here and start acting here. And then from here, you're going to go up to here. And now, as your emotional dial comes down to how you feel, right? You're going to actually start naturally going over here. And what you'll notice is it says power in the middle and then force. So a lot of guys, let me explain what force really means. And from what I'm observing in the ex-back breakup scene, a lot of guys will say to me, because I coach mostly men, so any ladies that are watching, this applies to you too. A lot of guys will say, how do I make my ex miss me? Right? How do I make my ex miss me? How do I make them text me? How do I make them think about me? Should I do this to get them to react? Should I put pictures of me on social media so that they message me and feel jealous? Force. You're trying to get them to forcefully come to you through manipulation. Okay? That shit doesn't work on somebody who broke up with you. Power does, though. What does this mean? Well, this also is where people start coming back to you. In this here, you never know when it's going to come either, but at ease, creative, conscious, cooperative, productive, and happy, influence, compassionate, trust, fearlessness, synchronicity, and in service. So there are more of these too. There's actually a gigantic chart, and I'll try to find it for you guys. But it is in the Sedona method, so you guys can pick up that book, which will be in the description box and pinned comments down below. So when you move into here, this is where people come back. So you can't actually just automatically think your way here. You have to go through the emotions. So courage is a really interesting one, because you're going to start going, okay, I don't need my ex anymore. That's a courageous thing to say to yourself. That's a courageous way to act. I don't need them anymore. I don't want, if they don't come back, okay, great. See, what the next is neutrality, right? That's literally the next consciousness level, emotion. So neutrality is take it or leave it. I don't need it. So when you get here, this is where you start getting messages and texts from your ex. Okay. But you have to let go of everything going on down here, which means you have to go through it, process it, face it. Okay. Fear. Are you afraid to let them go? Right? Because I will never find somebody who I will love. Look, guys, you guys can find love no matter who you are. There's somebody. If all these are vibratory levels, there's millions of people in each one. Okay? As long as you're in one of these, or you're bouncing between a couple of them, some people are bouncing between purple and yellow and blue, right? Some people are between green and red. Some people are trying to go from here to up to here. It's okay, right? But you're gonna find somebody. You attract what you are. If you're up here, this is what you're going to attract, because when you're here in the blue and purple, people down here in the red are not, they're going to be invisible to you. You're not going to date them. You might date them for a month or two, and then you're out. You're like, they're too fucking negative, right? You're going to say to yourself, something's off. I don't know what it is. That's where, so from a woman's perspective, this is where a lot of women break up with guys, because guys get really fucking needy in the early months of a relationship, right? Trying to force it again through manipulation, because guys want control a lot of the time. So guys will try to lock a woman down, right? And That never works. I learned that shit from Corey Wayne. And then when I finally like learned about these emotions and this, this is where it really clicked for me. So from a visual standpoint, this right here again is when people start to want to be around you, and this includes your ex. So just because they don't see it happening, people are like, they need to see. That's why people are so attached to visuals too much. Oh, they need to see what I'm doing. They need to see. They need to see. When you disconnect from them on an energetic level, this is when they, oh, I wonder if he's moved on. Shit, I haven't thought about him in quite some time. Shit, man. I'm going to see what he's doing. Guys, this is where you want to be. Okay? So this means you also have to go through the negative emotions, like I said before. So in the Sedona method, there's actually the releasing technique, which might work for you guys. Try that out. Again, the book will be in the description box down below. It is an affiliate link, so you will hook me up with a little bit of money. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Coaching's down below where we go through this a lot more. Okay? And we come up with a game plan and all that shit. Anyway, if you have any questions, hit me up. See you later. Done.